fazendo favor. Toma papo do vapor, papo do vapor. Toma papo do vapor, papo do vapor. Papo do vapor, papo do vapor. Toma papo do vapor, papo do vapor.
This is the setup to something very special. We are down to our final 3 teams. But here in the losers bracket, only one could go up against that elusive team in the winners bracket, Pyros. But it is just going to be White Boy Synergy versus the Painters. My name is XCXD. I'm going to be your caster for tonight on the Lela's Tech Cup 3 Grand Finals. And it is my angel, Nazuna, here on the caster's bench. How are we doing today?
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent run for both teams so far. White Boy Synergy having a real pop-off last weekend with Envy being the star performer, but the Painters really has another very stacked lineup in Rectigon, Flying Tuna, and also Even Tricks rounding out the team. So this would definitely be an interesting matchup. The Painters are favored going into this match with their higher mechanical abilities, but White Boy Synergy definitely has a chance on these types of more, let's say, more gimmicky types of picks, so they have to be wary of Even Tricks. And we have a roll win for White Boy Synergy. They have chosen the first pick, and to round out the orders, they will also be having the first ban.
Yeah, that's going to be the first ban. So if you're really thinking about it, if we do look at the stats of last week, White Boy Synergy averaging out on that 2 million average score mark. Or excuse me, this is very inaccurate because of EX1 on the stat sheet, but I believe it's just 1 million average team score across the entire losers bracket run for White Boy Synergy. And one of the first bans that we're going to see is DT3. Now DT3 is going to be really going to be that precision aim, and I believe that's our only precision map in the pool. Every single other map in this pool is basically just regular circle size. I think the only lowest circle size that you have is that 6.5 precision on Hard Rock 2, and then we can make it a little bit of argument for a little bit more precision on that Noma 3. But that is going to be 2 DTs already going to be out for this map pool already. DT2 don't want to deal with any of that fast aim. 10.5 AR is really tricky in these kind of situations, and especially when you're going against the Painters where they have incredible DT prowess. You got Flying Tuna, you have Rectagon and Ethan Tricks that are able to pull out some really good high AR scores. Hard Rock 2, no more precision. White Boy Synergy just getting out their weaknesses on the precision. So good bans overall, eliminating your weaknesses, but let's see what the Painters ban next.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that White Boy Synergy didn't ban out another one of the Hard Rocks, going for a double Hard Rock ban, and instead opting for no precision in the pool. Because you're basically very hard to get a point off Hard Rock maps when you've got Rectigon and Flying Tuna on the opposite side. But yeah, interesting to see what the Painters' last ban will be. And they are stalling the ban out quite a bit. The first few bans were kind of an instant ban, maybe just trying to react, and I'd say maybe banning out something more mechanical would work in their favor. Maybe a No Mod 6 ban for the Painters, but we shall see.
I love my truck. I love my computer.
I love my
We do love the we do love the things that we use every day. With the bans coming in for the Painters, you have EX2. That's a very interesting ban. I'd say that the Painters are kind of subpar with White Boy Synergy in terms of awkward aim that EX2 brings out on the Blitz custom. I guess you just don't want to bring out like a coin flip map. Just you need something very convincing. You need all these maps to be very winnable in your own situation. But right now, 12 cars laid in front of us. Each one will be flipped upon each map selection. And let's go. White Boy Synergy with the first pick. And if you look at the stats in our finals, White Boy Synergy has pretty much outperformed the Painters in kind of every single category. I mean, if you look at like hidden, the Painters are a little bit behind or excuse me, White Boy Synergy. I kind of reversed it, whoopsie. But White Boy Synergy is kind of like overperforming the Painters in terms of like score last week. But the White Boy Synergy did have another match to play too.
Yeah, the thing is, I'd say if Henry can keep up his momentum from last week, I think this would definitely be a solid competitive performance from both teams, but it really depends on the comfort of Rectigon. Especially, I think Rectigon played in the round table, if I remember correctly. Is he?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so coming off the round table, I'd say maybe we'll have to readjust to the setup, and hopefully they will have a decent performance in this match.
Like especially when you're performing in the home setup, it will take a long time to readjust yourself to your own setup, especially the setup that you've been playing on for quite a long time, your entire career. But we got EX1 coming out the gate already. This is one of the greatest customs that we have ever bestowed upon this map pool. EX1, a custom by yours truly, Arco, and I believe it is with a couple of more people. The storyboard, incredible. Background, incredible. Pictured as perfect. Incredibly difficult rhythmic kind of map. A lot of BPM changes. Very cool map, especially if you look in the editor with all its kind of slider points and such. This is such a well thought out map as well. So thank you, Arco, for the custom. I'm trying to figure out who made the storyboard. Was it Blue Ox? Oh, it's video. Yeah, excuse me, not video. Yeah, it's video. Yo, Lela just said in the chat that it was the storyboard, so I thought it was a storyboard. So, but it is a video. Oh, with the stakes up here. Last time EX1. Oh yeah, we have to do mention this is a score v1, but the win ac. It is going to be win condition on accuracy.
Yeah, hopefully Tosu is properly set up so I don't have to bring out my calculator for this map. But the lineups will be Rectigon, Flying Tuna for the Painters, and Repez rounding out the lineup for White Boy Synergy's first pick and also the first pick of the match. Nobody taking the hidden preference. And we shall see how both teams perform. Hopefully Pancho is with us today.
Yeah, this matchup is consistent of 50% Americans being Erectagon, Pez, and Ethan Trix V3. And we got one Canadian, which is Azer, one Korean, South Korean, Flying Tuna, and one Filipino representing the Philippines, Henry. But White Boy Synergy kind of holding all of those different kind of flags. And the Painters having two Americans on their side. But yeah, you can already see the octagonal patterns, the different kind of variables in this kind of map right now. The spam sliders and already combo breaks, already kind of accuracy drops on the side of the Painters. But you do kind of see the accuracies are just kind of like side by side. Pez does have a lower accuracy to kind of like bring Henry down in terms of accuracy score for White Boy Synergy, but right now it does look equal. 97% kind of across the board for White Boy Synergy, and I believe the accuracies are just going to keep going down, but this is just incredible act from Henry. He did finally find the drops to 97%, but this is where the map just becomes rhythmic as heck.
Yeah, in the intro the sliders are more rhythm focused, but in the latter half is even more likely to drop accuracy and become exponentially more harder to just gain back accuracy, as we see Rectigon, Flying Tuna both breaking on the long slider, dropping their accuracies down to 96%. It is still a slight accuracy lead for White Boy Synergy, but 0.3% is basically as good as none in this kind of mapping. There's still half the map to play.
Well, I actually really wish the video would show. This video in the background. Please go consider giving this map a try. This is very cool. Anyways, slider fun. Rectagon is missing on every single bit of those sliders. Flying Tuna kind of trying to keep him up in the advantage, but that advantage that White Boy Synergy has is exactly 1% high, as Henry and Pez are holding some really good accuracy overall, 96% average between the both of them, but the drops are still coming from the painters, and these sliders are just not giving up. This map is such a mind boggle of sliders, and that's pretty much gonna be the map. I don't think the painters can grab any more combo or any more accuracy unless White Boy Synergy just happens to have the most craziest terms of slider breaks and misses. But that is the map, the Heart Slider, and White Boy Synergy getting their first pick in EX1 is going to be the first point of our match.
Yeah, Rectagon showing slight signs of discomfort
okay.
heading into the ending. Henry with a no miss, only slider breaks, S rank, 96% best accuracy in the lobby by basically 2.4%. This is just a dominant first map performance from Henry, and really carrying their team White Boy Synergy to the first point of the match.
Yeah, wait till this guy comes to America to play OWC. He's gonna wreck up some stuff, but Noma 5 is going to be the next pick. Reading Trap Hack for this map, Noma 5. It's not a custom. It is a ranked map already, used in the OWC 2024 Grand Finals for Fremont 2.
Well, low AR calls for one person, and that person is going to be Ethan Fix. Probably going alongside Flying Tuna for this No Mod 5 for the Painters. White Boy Synergy, I'm not sure if Azer has practiced this kind of map. They have been playing I think the easy map last weekend, but is not the greatest player on low AR, so expects Azer and Henry to be there for White Boy Synergy on this No Mod 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those rosters are just basically what you expect out of these two teams. Ethan Track's already in the lobby. You know this guy is going to be in for these low AR picks. One of the huge reasons why USA and OWC, and a huge reason why he's a really good tournament player, and such a good reason why his teams in open rank tournaments and other really huge high tournaments is why he's able to grab into the grand final stage this far. He unfortunately did fall to that incredibly, of course, it's going to be Malashevsky team up in the upper bracket waiting for whoever wins this match to face against them in that grand final setting. But it is just going to be this match for now. White Boy Synergy, the Painters, 1 point up, but it is their own pick. So Noma 5, I think picking this, you're really kind of like praying underneath the tricks V3 pop off. Flying Tuna is also pretty good at that low AR as well. Every single person in this lobby really, really good at the low AR. Henry Pez, once again, for White Boy Synergy. I don't think Azer is going to be able to play this kind of map. I think he's just waiting around for the hiddens, for the in-control hiddens that are settled in for these hidden pools. It is going to be this map. Lots of traps of reading in this map. Very, very dense aim control reading test. And as you can see, the AR 8.8 is the reason why this map is so notorious for on Nomad as well. And why that 2024 OWC run was also pretty difficult in that stage too.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Ethan Trix wasn't playing for the USA in the OWC 2024, but it might be their first time playing this map on this stage. And tune out with the early break, maybe a misread there.
Only a couple of Bancho on Flying Tuna actually.
Oh, yeah.
Paz was on the break. Those are breaks. So Pez is the only one that able to hold through that build up to the section here. You can already see the aim control kind of going into play here. The back and forths that they have to read over, and these kind of doubles into these little bit of triangular patterning. But Ethan Tricks kind of falling apart too. Flying Tuna to follow through. Pez as well tumbling back. And Henry, the only one with the combo to try and pull this for White Boy Synergy. They have an absolute roar in that lower bracket run from final stage, going from top 6 guaranteed all the way to top 3 guaranteed. And Henry just doing what he can do best, hits the circle stream, still that combo intact, and that is a huge advantage for White Boy Synergy, as the free combo in this section is going to increase that score lead by just a couple.
Yeah, but we see the recoveries from the Painters building up quite well, and Henry, Pez both finding misses in the build-up to the second TI, really damaging to their score, while Flying Tuna, Even Trick still holding on with the 500 recovery combo, as the score flips back in favor of the Painters. Henry finding yet another break doesn't really help with the cause. Alright, so Flying Tuna finally trades, but there is still nearly 700 combo on Ethan Tricks, as he has finally found his rhythm into this first map for him in this match.
Aim control is absolutely brutal. I mean, the only player that you could think of on the top of your head to be able to play these kind of maps is like a Koro, and worst HR player. You could always think of Malashevsky because that guy's not able to do anything like that. But yep, everyone's going to miss on that slider stream right there. Ethan Tricks breaking in the most pivotal part of the map, going to cut his score in half just because of that score cap down in the middle. But the aim control does not stop there. And it's just going to be a little bit more combo towards the side of White Boy Synergy, as the Ethan Tricks finding another break. Flying Tuna holding strong. And Pez did find the trade, so it does equal out, but Flying Tuna just a little bit more combo than Henry here, and he's trying to steal this back. It is down by 90k. Pez finding another break, still continuing to find those little bits of breaks everywhere, but it's a double break on the top side, and look who has combo, the Korean superstar. Flying Tuna holds combo throughout that section, and it is a 6-digit lead for the Painters here, as their first pick of the match is going straight into their point.
We'll see how brutal this map really is. 4 minutes of basically non-stop AR 8.8 aim control, as even these top caliber players in the Grandfinals not really pull off really impressive scores. Even 300k is considered to be very good on this map, and we have seen the Painters just both players just having around 50-60k advantage over their adversaries on White Boy Synergy, and score lead does widen a little bit into the ending. Flying Tuna with the standout performance in this map, 340k in the and highest score in the lobby by 30k over his teammate Ethan Tricks. And that rounds out the first pick and first map win by the Painters in this Users Bracket Grand Finals match.
You can see the scores. Very, very comfortable win on the side of the Painters. About a lot more score from Flying Tuna, getting a really good combo. I mean, the accuracy as well, 96%. Really going to be the huge upright for that score there. Back to 1-1 now. Into a best of 11. So both points, both picks going both the ways of both teams. And it is going to be the next pick, White Boy Synergy. You won on a very, very rhythmic map. Do you go for something rhythmic again? I think the other rhythmic things in this pool, I believe, it's kind of hard. I mean, Noma 1 has a little bit of that rhythmic aspect, but that's a very heavy mechanics map. You do have Pez and Henry on your side to be able to put up some really good scores on for that mechanics heavy map. You want to clip farm, you pick Noma 2. You want to have some crazy visual overlapping sliders, you pick Noma 3. Noma 4 is a custom with Vox, very high dense slider reading. Hidden pool is going to be, I'd say, a very weird pool to dip your toes in, just because you never know that Ethan Tricks or even Flying Tuna could pull out some crazy scores on the hidden. And these are very, very Oh my goodness, we're going to clip farm. But as I was saying, but these are very clip farming flippy maps.
Yeah, most maps at this level, especially in
They'll be
this
raided by
type
Henry.
of especially in this type of tournament setting, is going to be kind of down to the performance of the players in that instance. And it will be a very interesting Nova 2 to be the second pick of White Boy Synergy here. Not the most comfortable of maps in this entire pool. And it would be interesting to see if this works out for them.
Yeah, this pool is really good.
Yeah, Rekicom doesn't like the tiebreaker since it's like 8 minutes 30.
Oh yeah, that tiebreaker is low-key brutal. Very good custom though. Raphael, congratulations on that tiebreaker, especially the collab between all the players that made that tiebreaker. But Nomad 2, Shiv said it best in the Maple Showcase. Very, very clip farmy map. When you think of those clip farm maps, when you post your clips on Twitter, you think of this map. This Nomad 2 will test your aim control to absolute bits. Lots of alt flow sections, and it's definitely one of the hardest definitely one of the hardest maps of the pool. So expecting this map to, maybe you're gonna see, I believe you're just gonna see so many different chain misses everywhere, just because you miss once. The OD is OD10, so I guess no lucking is a little bit like off the table. It's still possible, but especially in a map like this, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the thing is, from a mechanical point of view, White Boy Synergy with Pez and Envy are slightly more favored on paper compared to Rectagon and Tuna, who are more proficient on Hard Rock and Hidden respectively. So this might be a wise pick from White Boy Synergy, trying to test the Nomad skill cap of the painters on this Nomad 2. Yes, it will be Rectagon Tuna on the painters and Envy Pez playing for White Boy Synergy on this second pick for White Boy Synergy. And it will be a quite lengthy map as well, almost 5 minutes in only counting drain length. So it won't be as it won't be as coin flippy in terms of like a large combo would change everything. And early breaks matter a bit less in this kind of mapping. But you do have to be consistent and watching out for those chain misses.
Let's see if we can see some Twitter clips be produced today. Pez, unfortunately, will not get his Twitter highlight for this map. It's okay, it's not even the part yet. It's just a little early drop, so not gonna worry that much. It is a pretty lengthy map at 5 minutes. Or close to it. It's actually 4 minutes and 45 seconds of drain time. There is a 30 seconds break within the map.
Yeah, just a slight mishap from Pez in the intro so far. Everyone else holding their 400 combo as we build up into the TI time and the clip farm parts. Everyone hitting those back and forth, but Tuna breaks on the slider. That might be that is a real miss there. Will be Rectagon versus Envy, 1 versus 1 on the full combo. Envy does fall, so does Pez. It's only Rectagon to hold the combo for the painters, looking for their first breakpoint of the match very early on.
And it's like that guy never left the setup. Rectagon coming back from the round table, second place, right into the grand finals of Lela's Tech Cup 3. Already clip farming on this beautiful Nomad 2. The aim control and the clip is going to be cemented. He's getting into the 4-digit combo, but this FC is kind of crazy already. This map does not let up at all. You think you're going to have a little bit of a break, but no, this is pretty much the entire map for the entire way through. So you cannot let your focus down a single second. and the sheer focus that this guy has. He's just popping off. Henry is trying to match now, but what can you do against an FC like that? Henry falls, but what is this madness? Rectagon finally finds a drop, but that half of the map FC is something to be in shock of, because what is he doing?
Craziest part is, I think he dropped on a slider head, so he still has that S rank intact on Rectagon. Henry Pez trying to match, but does fall at the 500 combo mark. Flying Tuna does build up some recovery combo at around 500, and this is looking like to be a very solid breakpoint from the Painters early on this Nomad 2. Still hitting those cut streams for Rectagon and Tuna. You see Pez's cursor shaking really hard here, and does drop on the final nose of that cut stream. Here is the break. Rectagon still on the S rank. Wow.
Oh no, Sharp Pain, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Henry having a little bit of hand problem is going to be unfortunate. This guy has one single slider break throughout this entire map. That was the only break he had. Oh yeah, by the way, this next part, this next guy, this is the clip farm section. Let's see if anyone's willing up to challenge the task. In tournament mode, they break immediately after. And Flying Tuna has a 4-digit combo. That's gone, but he was getting through it.
Yeah, he nearly held through that first part of the platform, but these really tough sections just aren't going to be hit that easily, even in this very high caliber of a match. But it is already very much enough for the Painters to take this breakpoint, as Rectagon puts up a really incredible performance, 380k on this No 1-2. Flying Tuna not far behind with a 340k and also a 1k combo of his own built up.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do. You picked this going into this map thinking that you would have pretty good scores. You think that 250k is actually a really good score on this, but the Painters, that's almost two 400Ks on their side. It's an 809K team score from both of them. 426K from Rectagon. Only 12 misses. Flying Tuna with a crazy 5 miss. Henry unfortunately finding more slider breaks than he could have, as well as a 1-digit miscount at 9. And Pez, 22 misses. These are all good scores. Do not let any of the scores blind you to the fact that these are all very good. And especially on a map like this is incredibly difficult. But that is a break point. White Boy Synergy picked that Nomad 2. And the Painters do steal that point, but a hidden 2 insta-pick. Going straight into the Painters.
Just targeting that reading advantage that the Painters has with Ethantrix and Tuna. Possibly also taking a point for them, securing their breakpoint advantage. Really consolidating on their breakpoint advantage, sorry.
One of our other customs in the pool. We gotta give our shouts outs to Razu and Zero PP for making this beautiful hidden 2 custom. 8.3 AR is going to be that AR. It's a little bit higher than your usual AR8, but it's still going to be actually reading hell. You know, especially on the OD 8.8 with a lot of flowiness and cut stream reading to this map. You're definitely going to see a lot of slider breaks and maybe some note locking a lot from a lot of these players. Henry and Pez once again in for the White Boy Synergy Club. And the Painters, once again, of course, will have the Ethantrix. And definitely Flying Tuna.
We'll see if We'll see if Trix is able to put up yet another standout performance on these reading maps. And this Hidden 2 looks to be a really good showcase of his ability at this level of play. BPM is 155, not the highest in terms of these flowy tech maps, but it is still quite a challenge at this stage. Wait, you're just joining, and also Acer will be joining us for their first map of this match on the Hidden 2.
You gotta let Acer play the big hidden circle maps. Or excuse me, just the hidden maps. CS4.
Yeah, the big circle hidden is the Hidden 3, and I'm not surprised to see it being picked if the painters do set a good score on this Hidden 2, since the similarities are quite quite substantial between Hidden 2 and Hidden 3.
Let's see whose eyes can read the best for this Hidden 2 here. Acer with the first break of many to come. It's going to set up the interesting aspects of this map. And pretty much this first section right here kind of describes this entire map in its fullness. Flying Tuna, Ethan Trix going to double break there. Actually, it's a Flying Tuna Bancho break, so still on the FC intact for that top left play right there. But Henry did find a couple of breaks coming up into that section. Azer finding that recovery, but soon to fall right after. And it is already a quarter way through the map, only about a minute and 45 seconds left to play as Flying Tuna still intact with that FC. 97.6% AC is absolutely insanity on this Hidden 2. This low AR player, this low AR demon in Korea is showing why he's one of the best OSU tournament players of all time.
We can already see from the accuracy the comfort level of Flying Tuna is just on another stage compared to the rest of the players in the lobby. As I mentioned that he finally finds a break, but still manages to hold on to his 300k score, not letting the Seamus up him lower than that. Even Fix messing up on the slider there. Kind of weird miss, but there is still a very tiny possibility for Henry to pick up some... Never mind. As I mentioned that, he does break. And it is basically a full reset for everyone in the lobby into the final quarter, where the map really still continues to showcase its difficulty. And a very comfortable 300k advantage built up by the painters here, nearly doubling the team score of White Boy Synergy on this Hidden 2. And they will be finding the third point of this match, consolidating on their breakpoint win on the Nova 2. But Synergy will have to have a very long think about what to pick next, because if they do go 2 breakpoints down, it will be quite a mountain to climb for them if they were to try and mount a comeback.
Take a look at the scores here. 6 minutes on Ethan Trix V3. A couple more slider breaks than you wish you could have had, but just looking at that Flying Tuna score, an absolute insane 426k to overcorral that entire Henry and Azer powerhouse there. Was that a 1v2? No, that was not a 1v2. It was kind of close.
Azer also did alright with a 250k, I think. And
yeah,
Henry just
he had it pretty good.
Yeah, Henry just slightly higher at 276k. It will be a Nomad 1 pick though, continuing on the Nomad train, let's say, after the Nomad 2 pick. And this time it will be the tech consistency Nomad 1. Which is definitely another, like, mech. Is this here? Yeah, yes, it is mech tech, Laura Sound Chimera. Very, notable song. I think everyone's heard this before, but it is the remix version, 320 BPM, 8.3 stars. and basically your tapping tech of the pool. Something that probably Pez and Henry have been practicing quite a lot and saving up for this moment when they have to flip the momentum, when they have to win their next pick. This is the map they are going to be they are going to turn to.
I think Mir kind of described this map as what he said in his description of the beat map listing was this is a 220 BPM stamina / 276 BPM speed map. And you have to agree with him because this is a map that, yeah, it is speed tech, or excuse me, it is speed consistency. Excuse me, I'm missing out my words, but it is tech consistency. But it is still very, very fast. You still have to have that tapping. Pez and Henry in it for the job for White Boys Synergy. Flying to an Erectagon in it for the job for the Painters. But this mid section, it does become one of those really fast BPM aim sections. Just like the original song, Sound Chimera, you have that 1/3 section with the really wide jumps and angles. It's the same kind of situation for this remix here, except it's a lot faster at 278 BPM changed, and it's in a quarter notes. So that is going to be some very snappiness on that Nomad 1 midsection. But here we go. Fifth map of our matchup here. White Boy Synergy looking towards the second point of their board and hopefully not giving up a 4-point towards the Painters. Another breakpoint would do some absolutely devastating things to your run here, as White Boy Synergy is going to pick this number 1 and still a very slight accuracy lead in the beginning, but that's not going to matter until we get into the main part of this map. 3 minutes and 23 seconds to play, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Henry finding the first break.
Yeah, Henry missing right before this sections, and he is showing slightly discomfort on the first couple streams here. Usually this 220 BPM means that it is still quite approachable for even Rectigon and Flying Tuna, who aren't really known for their tapping abilities, but with this BPM and at this high of as good as a tournament player as they are, 220 should be still approachable for them. And crucially, it is only a 1v2 versus Pez on the other side, as Henry continues to find trouble on some of those sliders, which is kind of surprising to see.
So 3 FCs intact for 2 on the Painters and 1 on Pez. Henry, fortunately, finding a couple of breaks. The break's going to kind of showcase the underperformance, so Henry needs to step up the game. Flying Tune and Rectagon still have a lot of work cut out for them, just because they need to keep these FCs intact if they want to kind of guarantee this point. But Pez, the pressure is on that beautiful man on the top right of your screen. But here we go into this jump section that I've been talking about. We changed to 278 BPM from 220, and now into very, very snappy quarter note jumps on this section. You can definitely able to cheese this by just double tapping, but why would you do that in the Lela's Tech Cup number 3? But the accuracy from Rectagon, what is this? 99.6%. Flying Tuna also at 98%, Pez at 90% as well, and these jump sections don't look like they're altering anybody. Everyone hits that section. The 3 FCs are still intact, and Henry is the only break to happen so far. The speed section comes in, Rectagon with a break. Flying Tuna needs to defend against Pez here, but there is a lot of combo on the side of White Boy Synergy, and Flying Tuna, he finds a break, and Pez and Henry, the combos are there, the opportunity is there. What a breakpoint could have been for the Painters now turns into opportunity for White Boy Synergy to try and save their own breakpoint potential.
Pez has to really lock in for the ending here. The score lead is flipping over very quickly. Rectigon with even more misses. Flying Tuna also finding a combo break. And it should be quite smooth sailing from here onwards. But Henry does find the miss. It needs to be Pez to hold on for a couple more seconds, and the map will be theirs. And what's a breakpoint? Yeah. And what a breakpoint save from White Boy Synergy. Pez down 1 versus 2, heading into the jump section. Flying Tuna Rectigon unfortunately breaking on the tapping heavy speed part, while Pez does hold through with a more superior combo. And it will be a 100k gap in the end in favor of White Boy Synergy taking their own pick and their second map on their second points on the board. Both teams putting up strong performances.
S-rank.
One S rank for Pez and also Rectigon, and 1.3 million team score on 8.3 star mech tech pick is definitely fight to see in this grand finals matchup between these two very strong teams. We will be having an instant pick of the hidden one on the painters, showcasing their hidden comfort, I'd say, with basically all three players really solid on the hidden modification, trying to capitalize on the slight weakness that Pez has in the hidden.
Yo, why is Lela in here? Lela, you said you have to go to sleep. Why are you still here? Get in this VC right now. Commenting right now.
I think she's in like on a trip or something.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, she's on a trip right now. She cannot join the VC. Yeah, someone said the commentators are, yeah, that'd be funny though. On a garbage mic, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, garbage mic.
Yo, wanna hear it? I know what it sounds like. You did it in the Grand Finals showcase. If anyone was there for Grand Finals showcase, that she used the, it was literally a tech support mic, and she's here now. Can I hear that tech support mic?
Wait, how bad is it right now?
It's really funny.
How bad is it?
It's like
Everyone at gate number 3, we're loading up zone 1 and 2.
It wasn't that bad.
you sound like
Dude, I was trying to fix it. No lie, I was trying to fix it.
you sound amazing.
Audio
I
said
tried
it
to
got
fix it.
worse.
I have it in a really well positioned place. Like I swear, it will sound better.
Yeah, it sounds
You
amazing
sound
now.
like you're coming through the intercom.
You kind of sound like my teacher through Zoom.
I think my car mic is better than that, Loki.
I'll leave you guys with it.
Yeah. Yeah, this match has a lot of stakes. We are a serious tournament organizers. Whoops. Lela working at McDonald's ass mic. Two-way radio type mic.
Two-way radio.
Can I order a number 3 with a large drink? Oh my gosh.
Don't let Leila's mic distract you from the fact that Azer has popped in the lobby again for the hidden one.
Let this distract you from the fact
Yeah.
that this is the painter's pick. Okay, we didn't even say what was in this hidden one. Hidden one, I know this is literally called the Leila's Tech Cup, but when you think of tech, when you think of like the modern tech maps, this is the map that you kind of look for. Mine Chase Sandmal, it is a tourney version map. This is where, as tech as it gets, you are going to see the tech absolutely be present in this map here. The flow and stops, it's one of the more slider heavy maps in our pool, and you're already seeing that kind of dungeon being laid to waste here in this screen right now. First break onto Ethan Tricks, and Azer as well going to trade that. So it's just going to be the two bottom combos on the bottom of the screen. Flying Tuna versus Henry. It's a little bit of more combo towards the side of the painters, but that's going to change shortly after until we get into these flow and stops. And as we are seeing those kind of patterns right into the section. Azer with the next break there.
Yeah, these hidden flow aim parts aren't really that easy to hit, as we see Henry does fall just before that on one of the flow sections, maybe having slight issues with their aim today, and Azer still struggling to build up any kind of combo. Even Trix does recover quite well from the early miss, and Flying Tuna, what can I say, still on the full combo. Best accuracy in the lobby by about 1%. On the 97 accuracy, and he is just looking
Just the tech guy.
very, very comfortable on this hidden one pick.
Okay, well, this guy is doing his typical Flying Tuna stuff. He's still FCing. Henry dropped this FC, or dropped this combo, and now this hidden one is basically very one-sided, as Ethan Tricks also has a very huge combo of his own. Flying Tuna, 4-digit combo for himself as 1/3 left in the map. And what is this? Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're going to have 2 players doing good on this map. That is already a 1v2 on Flying Tuna. Does Ethan Tricks also get the 1v2 if he keeps this combo? The accuracy on Flying Tuna, almost 98%. This guy's kind of good at the game. He's still kind of going. All eyes on him. He's going to find a break, but what can you do? That's a 1v2. Azer and Henry did their best, but what is Flying Tuna on today? He just woke up for this match, and he's just pulling out scores like this.
Yeah, that is just a mind-blowing performance from Flying Tuna. 700k, and overall a really incredible team score, almost 1.2 million for the Painters. Definitely a map to look out for Turkosh if they do, if the Painters do manage to face them in the in the winner practice finals, because 1.2 million is just something else from the Painters.
And it's an S rank. This guy broke 1 slider break. This guy slider break 1 time. That is a score you can never make up again. And they doubled their team score. Whiteboard Synergy had 600k. They gapped it by 622k.
Yeah, Tuna
That
very nearly could have,
yeah,
or probably
Wait.
even 1v3'd if he didn't break on the slider.
1v3. No, I actually think that was true. Yeah, it's probably a 1v3 maybe. That's what you call belt to ass right there. A very good showcase of that. And now number 3 is going to be the next pick for Whiteboard Synergy. These picks are coming flying out a little more faster. Kind of the picks in the beginning were kind of slow at first as people were just probably getting ready for what maps they're going to pick in the future. But now into the Nomad 3, a very, very visual map in terms of tech, in terms of mechanics. Some very crazy sliders to trace, and some aim control and tapping too. But if you know anything about the mapper, AK-74, you expect some crazy, crazy patterns, some crazy map from this wonderful gentleman that mapped this.
Yeah, this map is basically a very, very old kind of tech map. It is only 2 minutes in length, but don't let the length fool you. It is basically the most intense tech you'll ever experience in your life in these 2 minutes. And surprisingly, not surprisingly, on the leaderboard there has yet to be a single S rank. And the lowest miss count is 2 misses. So that just tells you all about this map. It is going to be as brutal as it sounds and looks from the surface. And it really is coming down to if anyone's gonna pull up a substantial amount of combo for this, especially on those short map. On the shorter end of maps for this Nomad 3. Looking at Pez here, trying to build on the momentum that he has on the Nomad 1 with that 1800 combo. We'll see if he is able to pick up their team once again on this Nomad 3 and carry them to a 3rd point on the board. Still 1 breakpoint to chase down against the Painters. They first have to secure their own point.
Whiteboard Synergy still has a really big hurdle to climb, and that's the break point that they have to snatch back if they want to be able to equalize this matchup, especially force tiebreaker potential. But who wants to see tiebreaker if you are both of these teams? Seeing that tiebreaker, seeing that 8-minute map, it's going to be absolutely draining of everything in your absolute core. But it is going to be the half ones coming up. Rectagon back in for Ethan Tricks. Flying Tuna definitely going to be the perma lobby for this matchup. Pez is definitely going to be the other perma lobby. Or excuse me, Henry is going to be the perma lobby for Whiteboard Synergy. Pez just coming around. Going to be playing one of the more mechanic heavy maps in the pool. Here we go. This is Nomad 3.
Rounds up everything. That's the hidden. Hidden's just going to the Azer, and the Painters will definitely be taking advantage of that. But then Here we are in this Nomad 3, the third Nomad map picked by White Boy Synergy, if I recall correctly. They have picked Nomad 2, Nomad 1, and now Nomad 3. Usually no misses on the intro so far, everyone holding their practice combo, especially on a short map like this. It is imperative that they hold the combo to their fullest extent. Envy with the first drop on a slider does cause slightly a bit of trouble for White Boy Synergy here. Vecticon does trade kind of late, but 40k score advantage already built up for the Painters, looking for their second breakpoint of the match. Crucially, it is still Flying Tuna versus Pez on the 1 versus 1. Both players are going to be seeing their respective scores on this break into the second half. This is where the map really starts to build up. Pez versus Flying Tuna. This is reminiscent of the Nomad 1. Will Pez be able to be the hero for their team once again?
Oh no! It was possible there, but Flying Tuna breaks it back. There's just slight combo advantage for White Boy Synergy. Flying Tuna's gonna find another break, but this is one of the hardest sections of the map, and he's still continuing to find slips up. Rectagon finds a slow slider on that section, and look at the combo on the side of White Boy Synergy. A breakpoint potential that Painters had in the palm of their hand slowly turns into disaster as Pandemonium strikes on their section, and Henry and Pez capitalize on their moments. He's gonna cheese the pattern. Both of them are gonna cheese the pattern. Pence finds the break, but Henry's there to switch up on the combo. But everyone breaks at the same time. Map's done. Breakpoint denied, and White Boy Synergy survived by a sliver of 30k.
Yeah, they really held on to the final combos there, even though every single person almost found a Seamus in the ending section. It is going to be a very narrow win for White Boy Synergy. Very much denying the 5-2, instead making it still very close with only one breakpoint behind the Painters.
It's gonna suck for the Painters to see that, like, wow, the opportunity was there, but we couldn't strike in the right moment. But of course, White Boy Synergy, it is back and forth. You see in our layout here, or overlay, that Nomad 2, the only breakpoint to have happen in this matchup here. The Painters, 3 maps left to pick, or technically 3 cards to flip. The Hidden 3 is gonna be our next map.
Yeah, any map that keeps Pez out of the lobby is going to be a decent pick for the Painters. And they are continuing on their HD run. It is the third and final hidden map to be picked by the Painters, looking for the clean sweep on the hidden modification. Usually we have yet to see Hard Rock, which the Painters are also quite favored on, but definitely Pez is able to put some some fights in him, but on the hidden, they have to rely on Azer. Would you make this team where the Painters by any chance is Austrian? I wonder what Henry. I wonder what Henry is talking about in the scenario. Clueless.
What is he saying? Someone pick Layla's Nomad 6 so she can go to sleep. Unless just don't pick it and she gets to watch the entire match.
Yeah, just pick it in the last map and then they go to tiebreaker after that.
Don't let Lela get any sleep.
I have like he has to fly in the morning.
You have a flight in the morning. You have any monsters around? Drink it right now. We're pulling the all-nighter. You sleep on the plane. Anyways, things about this Hidden 3. When so banger jazz track, I'd say, with the Camellia versus Tsukasa Kami, and the hidden 3 that we have. It's a very chaotic game control, very contrasting, wacky aim everywhere. You're definitely going to see some really close patterns into very far, wide angle patterns for this hidden 3. Azer, one of the really strong, actually, players for this kind of skill set. He's really known for these wacky, hidden aim control maps, so Azer being in for this is a no-brainer, as well as Henry. But the hidden show has been on Flying Tuna and Ethan Tricks. White Boy Synergy has been winning over Mechanics. Definitely going to dip themselves into the Hard Rock pool possibly later in this matchup, as the hidden pool is definitely going to be all drained out after this map. But Henry going to find the first break. First of many. It is a 4-minute and 39-second map, so the first breaks that you're seeing here are not going to matter that much. There's so much map to press. There's so much map to traject into this matchup here.
Yeah, and even Fix 2 and Ace are still holding the early combo. Just Henry with a slight mishap, but we see these flowing patterns, especially on this kind of a large circle size, I'd say. It will be very, very difficult to maintain your combo, especially in the later half where the patterns do overlap on themselves quite a bit. We see some of the slider cuts, and we have a break from the painters. Even Tricks finding a miss there. Flying Tuna crucially still on the full combo. 1 versus 1 against Azer here.
Only the one. Oh, it was a Bancho actually on Ethan Tricks. Wait, how long was that Bancho? Damn.
Yeah, apparently it took
very
like
long Bancho.
almost 200 combos. Tuna Azer.
Okay, double break at the top.
It might be Bancho. We will see though. But Ethan Tricks usually holding on to the 800 combo. Full combo. Just the early miss from Henry. About 100 combo behind Ethan Tricks. The map is still being basically placed in the middle of a bounce right now. There isn't really much advantage from either team. Henry drops a bit of accuracy there, but crucially keeps his combo intact. Long sliders come and go. Azer, Flying Tuna, Ethan Tricks, and Henry. Everyone hitting those patterns. Still 2 minutes of map left to play, and a potential opportunity for White Boy Synergy to deny the clean sweep on the hidden.
Still tons of map left to go. It is halfway done, but you see the 2 bottom combos very much having so much momentum on their side. It's gravitating towards them, but Azer, another break is going to do some wonders for the painters here, as Flying Tuna finding the recovery combo that was contesting with Azer soon finds no competition, but Henry finding a drop in the most crucial moment. That's a score cap and a half, as Ethan Tricks, and he's up to no good with his new Tricks up sleeve. As Ethan, he lives for this. He is the hidden king on these game control maps. The break comes in. Sun is Henry's response, as that is a 515k score. That guy almost broke on the 1-6 burst there, but this is just the Ethan Tricks show from here on out. Let's see if this guy can close off the FC, but what a score this is already.
What is he even doing at this point? It's almost nearing 1800 combo and going. Flying Tuna also breaking past the 4-digit combo barrier on the 450k.
What is that
Ethan
break?
Tricks finally falls. What even is that miss, bro? It might be a Bancho for all we care.
Nah, that's not a bad show. It's legit. But look, another combo has arisen, and that's Flying Tuna. This guy broke in the middle, and now he has a huge combo of his own. Ethan Tricks falling apart in the midsection here. Nah, don't worry, bro. You got a Flying Tuna behind you to also set up an incredible score as well. That is an also insane combo to also have for Flying Tuna. What is the painters doing? This is what Malashevsky and co have to go against when they play the Grand Finals pool against them, if they are able to close this out. But what is this? Flying Tuna, nice break. White Boy Synergy find that pick there.
Oh no, Tuna no. Tuna collapsing at the ending part. He almost had 98 accuracy there, but unfortunately finding this. Only Azer and Eventrix being able to hold through that ending part. Still very strong scores from both Henry and Azer. 580k is nothing to scoff at, but when you look at the painters, 1 miss on Eventrix, 3 miss on Flying Tuna. It is just, but it is at this high level.
How is that a 1 miss? This guy is an anomaly, but both of these players are anomalies. Flying to an Ethan Tricks, crazy map there. You don't fall from Henry's and A's scores. 400k and 580k is really good for that map as well. Especially longevity in that map is very important. 4 minutes 30 seconds of that hidden 3 gone in an instant, and as we arrive to our last 4 picks of our matchup, the Painters just need to win 2 to guarantee themselves into that top 2 and to be able to traject themselves to go against Malashevsky and co. against that Pyro team. But Nomad 6, it's calling you. Lela wants it. I know the chat wants it. White Boy Synergy has the opportunity to pick that map, but they have been picking mechanic maps.
Yeah,
pretty
they
often.
are picking
I mean,
every single Nomad map,
yeah,
but the
they've been
Nomad
pretty-
6.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Oh my goodness, Nomad 4.
Basically everything Nomad and everything hidden is being picked.
Lela has to stay up for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, this
Thank you,
Nomad
Fox,
4
for
is
the
quite
custom.
long for almost 4 minutes in length here on this Nomad 4. It is a banger as well though, and the map is kind of 50, I'd say, for the players. We expect probably we expect like Enriquez, Rexigon, Tuna as usual on the Nomads so far. And what 1 to 5 is picked, hidden 1 to 3 has been picked, and also EX1 has been picked. So next pick for the Painters probably diving into the Hard Rocks. But still, it is still a 1 breakpoint advantage to the Painters in the Painters' favor. Currently up 5 to 3. Next, this map is going to be a pick for White Boy Synergy. Chance to keep the match within 1 point deficit.
Alright, number 4. Custom my Vox. Everyone give your love to the Vox custom. Yo, back it again, Igloo Goose. What did I just say? No, Igloo. Igloo Ghost. Igloo Ghost. Back at it again with another banger on Geo Sprite EXO. Or whatever they said in the showcase. Gonna be a lot of variables on the funky high dense reading on the sliders. It is 9.6 AR, so you think it's not going to be a reading map, but wait till you see some of these like overlapping sliders and how the kind of combine with aspects of flow and snap. So many bus sliders are in this map that you can break on, and a very good comment from the voiceover of this was do not slider break, which is, yeah, this is very common. This map is just filled with sliders. You're gonna find slider breaks kind of everywhere and everything on this map. There's no breaks on the side of White Boy Synergy, so 2 of the FCs still intact, 1 FC still intact for Rectagon, but Flying Tuna with the early break does get the slight early advantage towards White Boy Synergy, but that's a quarter in the way through, and Rectagon finding his first drop, finding another one to follow through on a miss. And this map does not let up. What you're seeing is what you get, and that is going to be the rest of this map from here on out.
Yeah, with these types of players, you basically expect just a random person to pop up with basically 1,000 combo carrying their team. And currently it is going to be Envy and Pez, both players on White Boy Synergy, holding a really solid 700 combo full combo. Tuna? Okay, never mind, Tuna does find a break there. I thought it was a miss aim earlier on, but that is a real miss there. Rectigon with some kind of recovery, but White Boy Synergy just running away with the double FC at the moment. As I say that though, Envy does fall. It is going to be Pez only onto the 1000 combo.
It is a 160 or 190k lead, so White Boy Synergy is very comfortable as Pez. They wanted to keep Pez out for the remainder of this matchup, but now the hidden pool is completely gone. Pez is going to be in for most of the remainder of this matchup now. As Henry is writing his name out, this man is on another level. No FCs on the side of the painters, only low 200 level combos for both of those players, Flying Tune and Rectagon. Pez on a 4-digit combo, still on the FC intact. One last section to see if he can capitalize on the FC, as this point definitely is already guaranteed to the side of White Boy Synergy.
Yeah, a really dominant pick on this
Oh my gosh.
or for White Boy Synergy. Flying Tuna, yet another miss, but Ez is just doing unspeakable things to this map right now. Just let his performance speak for itself.
Just watching brothers. Just watching absolutely fascinating as this guy. Everyone's breaking around him. But this guy is untouched like no other. 94%. A crazy score as it is. I don't know if that's an FC. I think that's an FC.
It is an FC.
That
Just
is
a couple slider ends drops. Nothing much. 1800 combo on this brutal of a match at this stage, where they basically have to win this map, and Pez just puts up this insane score.
Yeah, we've seen crazy scores in Hidden 3, 700k, 600k from Ethan Tricks and Flying Tuna. We've seen some pretty crazy scores on that hidden map. Mind Chasing 1, 700k from Flying Tuna. A very crazy Nomad 1 score from Pez with, I believe, a choke on the 871k. And now he brings up a Nomad 4, 94% FC on Igloo Ghost. And a 1v2 like that is why you call him one of the best American tournament players of all time. But the only problem that White Boy Synergy has is the elusive breakpoint. They have still yet to break through that wall to be able to extend this map, or excuse me, this match, to be able to have a little bit of a shot of seeing tiebreaker potentially. And Lela still wants her Nomad 6.
Yeah, but crucially, the Painters is still a breakpoint ahead, and they really have to think about the next pick, especially without Hidden being in the pool. They could go on the EX3.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we have the
There you
Nomad
go,
6.
girl.
Lela will be able to sleep tight.
You still can't let Mint Ice Cream out of the basements yet. The tournament's not done yet. Speaking of Mint Ice Cream, this is his custom for the Lela Tech Cup. Good luck, have fun is in the description of this map. Rabbit, a collab between a lot of different Vocaloids. And this is a map that requires a ton of practice. Very, very aimy. One of the more heavy aim maps in the pool. AR9, so the reading is going to be a little bit of a problem. High velocity sliders is one of the main parts of this Nomad 6. And one of the reasons why the SR is 8.3 too. So, the Sonoma 6, Rectagon picking this for his team. You expect this is going to be a map where you're going to be very comfortable at these sliders, but that doesn't mean White Boy Synergy has been pretty close to trying to get these breakpoints lately. I think you're running out of picks now. So, every single map coming down to the last map, considering tiebreaker, is still intact. Every single map here, take with a grain of salt, as any map could be taken.
Yeah, I'd say if this was a raw aim map, you would favor White Boy Synergy on it, but since we have some reading elements as well, the painters, especially with Flying Tuna and Even Tricks, showcasing their dominance on the reading skill sets. I would say this map might be a bit risky for the painters to pick, but we shall see how it unfolds as everyone is ready. Even Lela is ready for the Snowmod 6. And we get Lela in the VC again.
Wait, maybe it's time Lela comes back. This is the map she requested, so she should probably be in here. I don't know if you want me, but it's peak. Get in here. This is your map.
This is the map you requested.
Okay, as we wait for her, or if she's ever gonna load herself into the VC, Pez, the only break coming in, and you can already see the aim intact. Oh, there she
Wait, I'm
is.
back.
There is our beautiful
I'm back.
host. Okay, go
Welcome
commentate.
back, Lela.
Go commentate.
Hold on. We did this too hard.
Only a Pez break. Never mind. Henry and Ethan Tricks break. And Flying Tuna is doing never mind. Goodbye.
Wow, the screen is so. We can see. Alright, wow, we're already 30 way into the map, and we see Tuna with a 98% accuracy. That accuracy advantage is on the side of the painters. Not too much combo that we see on the board going into the second half of the map. How bad is the mic? How bad is the mic?
Oh, it's beautiful. Acer just raided, and they're gonna be hearing this.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, what's more important is that the painters kind of have a goated score line here.
Yeah, this one was going to be it that was to keep that combo in this next TI. The painter is looking very comfortable, no accuracy drops that we see, and I might say that Kuna does find a miss. It is struggling with times, but oh my goodness, actually pretty much a whole reset besides Ethan Tricks. They had almost 600 combo with about, okay, right.
Can someone like grab a photo of Lela or like one of her VTuber models and just put the McDonald's like headset on her and just like put it over the video here?
The case for it, but with that little element, I don't think there's going to be any way for like those synergy to take this one over, which does mean going to be at. I am looking at me right now. It's just a little bit up.
What?
Yeah, don't worry, we can hear from the submarine underwater radio.
It's not even submarine. This is like high school intercom.
Well,
What was that? What was that?
oh my goodness
Alright.
me.
Do we want Lela to stay in the chat? I think
I'm going in the chat. Like,
I think we know what the answer is. We want to keep her here, right?
no.
No, oh no, she's gone.
Oh, Don't let Layla's mic distract you from the fact that the paint just put up a
I
double
don't know. I
for
don't even
100K.
know how I could replicate that sound.
Yeah. Well,
All
we
right.
might hear her again if we get to tiebreaker.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
going to be N95 being picked, the first non-nomad or hidden map picked, basically. It is going to be the DT1, kind of aim heavy, fast aim heavy DT map. Pretty short though, only 2
We're getting
minutes.
copyrighted.
Oh yeah. Well, that means I don't have to commentate because it will get muted anyways.
No, we're gonna get muted anyways. These pickup lines are so funny. As Scub Domino said in the showcase, this is Kendrick Lamar. This is Fireman, my album coming out May 15. Iceman coming out May 15. Plantman coming out in May 15. I am
Waterman.
Fireman.
Waterman is coming out as well.
Waterman, Filipino Man coming out May 15. Lightning Man coming out
Grassman.
May 15. Grassman. So anyone have like a list of what like element is connected to which rapper? I'm so confused. It's just so confusing. Anyways, DT1 Fireman album out May 15. This shit hard. The Kendrick map, the N95. Really fast aim. 1/3 basically the entire time. And technically the entire time, this is a map where you require that fast aim. 210 BPM is not the justice it serves of how fast this map is. 1 minute and 49 seconds, 10.3 AR. Do you need that high AR rating? So let's see if your rating is intact. A little bit of tapping is in this one as well. Finger control. But it is going to be the TT1, possibly the final map of this matchup here. White Boy Synergy needs to get this one down to their point and down to perfection against another pick of the Painters. But it is already 2 breaks on Rectagon and Flying Tuna as this pick already going very well for them.
Yeah, Envy and Pez basically really decent double time players in tournaments and also in solo play, so basically I think they have saved their best pick for last on this DT1. It is the break class in case of the emergency pick. Envy finally misses Pez also finding a break. There is a window of opportunity for the Painters to actually take the score lead back. Especially with this being on double time, the score is going to be flipped over quite quickly. Flying Tuna does trade quite late though, missing in right at the half of the map. It is only Rectagon with the 500 combo.
Yeah, Rectagons would combo. Flying Tuna's slow. Okay, slower break there. Here we go into a little bit of a aim variable section here. Rectagon's basically the only thing that's holding the Painters up. But the bad thing is that Henry and Pez need to hold both of themselves. And Rectagon, oh, he's doing Rectagon things. Pez finds a break. Henry finds a break. You thought tiebreaker was going to come. Rectagon puts a hand in your face and says no. And it looks like after this map is finished, we already know who our grand finalists are. It is the Painters versus that ever so Polish team, Pyrois. GG, well plays in the chat. The score line ends 7-4.
Yeah, just an impressive Rectagon performance on this DT1, rounding out the losers bracket grand finals in a 7-4 victory. Congratulations to the Painters for Flying Tuna, Rectagon, and Even Tricks. All 3 members played their part today, and we shall see how they perform up against Pierre Koch in the winners bracket grand finals and whether they could force a bracket reset. As we say this, they are going to be playing EX2 for the funsies.
If you guys are trying to catch the winners bracket match, or the final match of Lela's Tech Cup 3, it is going to be happening at 15 UTC. So them boys got to go to sleep right now. Rectagon and Ethan Tricks And they
It is
have to hit the
actually-
sack immediately. They got to get waking up, ready, and
Well,
steady
today is
for their next
Saturday.
match.
Today is Saturday.
Oh, wait, today's
Both.
Saturday. No, it's no. Wait, it's no. Yeah, it's Saturday for
It's-
UTC. Okay, yeah, that's right. So it doesn't happen tomorrow. So they can have sleep and they can still wait until the next day. So Sunday 15 UTC is going to be the matchup for that winners bracket match.
Wait, can,
Congratulations to the Painters to move it on to top 2 guaranteed. And congratulations to White Boy Synergy for an absolute miracle, or excuse me, a magical run in the losers bracket, getting up to top 3 in 3rd place, especially earning a couple of prizes yourself. Azer, Pez, and Henry doing a wonderful job in this losers bracket match.
Yeah, they are playing EX2 for fun here, so maybe the streamer could switch to. Yeah,
What are we doing? Oh, they're gonna play
Yeah, but-
for fun at EX2.
yeah, but my ref client isn't responding, which is kind of funny.
What is, yeah, the streamer needs to fix stuff. GG's.
Yeah, I also cannot join the lobby for some reason.
Uh-oh. Just switch it overlay back. Switch it back now. Switch it back now. Uh-oh. This is a weird looking map. It's a lot of green in this map.
Yeah.
It's not loading the map. Oh, it's right
It
there.
is working now. Yeah, the song isn't working, but it is fine. Rectigon is actually playing this with hard rock.
Yeah, he's having a bit of fun on Hard Rock. Yeah, we can hear it. I can't hear anything, but it's fine. Yeah, I wish this EX2 has been played. Awkward aim as hell. This is a Blixie's custom. Oh.
We can hear ourselves, but not the song. Wow.
Yeah, turn up this shit. Turn up this shit. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Suna for
You can
50k.
probably okay. Wait, unmute me so I can close this stream.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah. We're here. Okay, banger. I hope everybody loved that map. I hope everybody loved that song. I owe you. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Anyways, that is the Painters winning this matchup. Rectagon Flying Tuna Ethan Tricks V3. They're going to be going up against the next matchup. It's Sunday 15 UTC. Not happening later, but it is happening technically in like more than a day. So definitely be on the lookout for that matchup there, going against the team that is Malasevsky, Lela, and Nahus. So watch out for that matchup there. But anyways, thank you guys so much for your kindness, your watching eyes, and especially on the stream where I yapped to you for about an hour and a half. Nazuna, do you have anything else to say before we close up the stream?
Well, it's just a very decent match from both teams, and really looking forward to see the Painters go up against the Polish trio in Pirkosh in tomorrow's winners bracket grand finals. And yes, see you guys then, and have a good day, and
We'll see you
goodbye.
guys. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Get good sleep. Get good rest. And wherever you go, stay safe. But of course, love you all. Goodbye.